Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to my channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing good. Now I want to apologize for my rough voice today. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather in the past couple of days, and also I want to apologize for my hairstyle. My hair seems to be a bit out of control today. Alright, anyways, today I'm going to show you a nice little gem of a fragrance from the house of Zimaya that's called Mazaaj. Now this fragrance is a clone of Tero from the house of Nishane, and it's a pretty good clone of that fragrance. The fragrance comes packaged in this brown colored box. On the top there's the Zimaya logo. On the front you got the name of the fragrance, the concentration EDP, the bottle size 100 milliliters. On the back you get some more logos. On the bottom some additional information along with the production date, which is August of 2023. You open up the box like this from the top and then from the front. It's a really nice presentation. All in all, the only thing that I don't like about the packaging is the fact that this sort of metal plaque that has the name of the fragrance is slightly skewed to the side. Once you open up the box, you get to the bottle itself. This is how the bottle looks. It comes in this sort of a golden color or orange, something like that. It's a very heavy glass bottle. Again, you have the name of the fragrance, the Zimaya logo on top. The cap is somewhat of a snug fit, and you can pick up the bottle through the cap. All in all, the presentation is really nice, and if I have to score it, I'll give it a score of let's say an 8.5 out of 10 points, and I will deduct 1 point simply because of the reason that this metal plaque doesn't sit straight, which kind of gives a bit of a bad impression. If you enjoy my videos guys and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of my future videos. Also, if you already have some experience with Mazaaj from Zimaya, if you have tried it or you already own it, please use the comment section below this video to share your experience with this fragrance. Okay, now let's talk about the note breakdown of Mazaaj. I'll show you the spray in action, and then I'll talk about the actual scent. Now, as per Zimaya's official website, the note breakdown of this fragrance is the following. The top notes are caramel, Sichuan pepper and black pepper. The middle notes are cinnamon, musk and patchouli, and the base notes are amber and oak. Now it's a pretty accurate note breakdown, at least from what I can pick up from this fragrance. The sprayer is actually pretty decent. It feels kind of pressurized. It puts a nice amount of juice. All in all, a very nice sprayer. And now onto the actual scent of this fragrance. Now, the opening is dominated by the mix of caramel, that caramel note, which is the backbone of this fragrance, along with that spiciness that you get from those, peppery notes, the black pepper and the Sichuan pepper. It's not super spicy. It's kind of sharp, but that lasts for about 30 seconds, no more than that. And all in all, the sweetness from the caramel note overpowers the spicy notes. They don't do a very good job at balancing out the sweetness from the caramel. I also pick up a touch of something like a coconut note, which is not listed, but I get this kind of vibes out of this fragrance, especially in the opening. Once this starts to dry down, that spiciness completely goes away. The sweetness that you get from the caramel begins to get a little bit subdued on the dry down. You start to get some sweetness from the amber note. There's definitely musk on the dry down, and there's a touch of sort of an earthy patchouli. It's not very dirty, not very earthy, but it's not a sweet type of patchouli. It's more on the earthy side when it comes to the patchouli note. And also I still pick up a bit of that coconut note on the dry down. So if I have to score the actual scent of Mazaaj, I will give it a score of 8 out of 10, and that's simply because I think the opening is a little bit too sweet for my liking. And now onto the question of how close Mazaaj is actually to the fragrance that it clones, and that's Nishane Tero. Now I'll give it a score of 8 out of 10 points, and it's not super accurate, and to my nose there are a few major differences between this fragrance and the original one. The first one is in the opening. The original fragrance is a little bit more spicy, in fact quite a lot more spicy, and the spiciness from that, the original fragrance also has Sichuan pepper and black pepper as a notes, and they are stronger and they last for longer compared to the ones in Mazaaj. And also another major difference that I pick up comparing the original and this fragrance is the fact that the original has a sort of a salty note that does a pretty good job at balancing out all that sweetness from the caramel and the amber that the original has. Next, let's talk about the performance of Mazaaj. This fragrance is a pretty strong performing fragrance. It's not a beast mode, but I've been regularly getting somewhere between 8 to 9 hours of performance on my skin with a pretty loud projection in the first one of an hour and a half up to 2 hours. So if I have to rate the performance of Zimaya's Mazaaj, I will give it a score of 8.5 out of 10 points. When it comes to the price tag, now I'll quote the prices, for every fragrance, the prices that I have paid. I got this fragrance off Nutino's website here in Europe, and I paid roughly the equivalent of about 22-23 euros, which will translate into something like maybe $26-7, so less than $30. And keeping in mind that this is pretty close to the original scent, you get great presentation and also get very good performance out of this fragrance. And for that price tag, if I have to score the pricing of Mazaaj from Zimaya, I will give it a score of 9 out of 10 points. And the final thing that I want to talk about, of course, is the versatility. Now this fragrance, because of the amount of sweetness, is definitely more orientated towards the colder months of the year, fall, winter, early spring. But you can use this one in warmer weather. I think because of that coconut vibe that I pick up out of this fragrance, as long as you don't go too heavy on the sprayer. So it's somewhat versatile, not super versatile, but still more on the versatile side. And also because of the sweetness, this is almost perfectly unisex, but in this case I think leans a little bit more to the feminine side. So if I have to rate the versatility of Mazaaj, I will give it a versatility score of 8 out of 10 points. And now onto my final thoughts about Zimaya's Mazaaj. I'll give you a few reasons why you should check out this fragrance. Now the first reason is if you're looking for a clone of Nishane Tero. Now as far as I know, there aren't that many clones of Tero. In fact, this is the first clone that I've heard and tried of the original fragrance, so your choices are pretty much limited, and this thing does a pretty good job at replicating the original scent, along with good performance to go with that as well, and also pretty low price tag. Also, if you're not familiar with the way that Tero smells, but scent profile of caramel, patchouli, musk, some spices and amber sounds interesting to you, if as a whole you like super sweet fragrances with good performance, again definitely check out Zimaya Mazaaj. My final rating of this fragrance will be an 8 out of 10 points. I really like this fragrance for its performance, for its low price tag, the quality of the scent, the quality of the presentation, and all in all, also the closeness to the original scent as well. And one thing that I don't like is the opening, where I think it's a bit too sweet. And also keep in mind that in order to like Mazaaj, you really need to like sweet fragrances, because this thing, especially in the opening, can be a bit overwhelming. So guys, in today's video I showed you a nice little gem of a fragrance from the house of Zimaya called Mazaaj, which is a clone of Nishane Tero. I hope that you found this video interesting or useful. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that I'm going to see you in my next video. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.